You're done.
Oh, the control mage evil laugh with the new tools. I mean, with Jace you know that you should get there. The game was infinitely close. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized how magic works. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we will decide finally if the new cards for a control are good or bad. If you are anything like me, you wanted to see Jace Reawakened in the action, as well as the new counter spell, and after this video we'll talk about the cards and if they are really good, if they are absolutely busted. And there will also be a Sphinx that you will see in action. This is a new card for mana 5/4 with flash that basically has hexproof as long as you pass your turn and play an island, which is what we always do, right? Let's be honest. And Jace Reawakened of course cannot be cast for first 3 turns, which is a huge downside. However, the abilities with plotting really synergize with the deck, and this is one of the reasons we play so many 2 and 3 mana plays like Quick Start, Deduce, Lockdown, and Union. We will go through the game. Oh, and this is an instant speed sweeper. Have you seen this one before? Pretty decent, pretty decent. It also makes all creatures lose abilities, so if they have like, you know, death triggers or something bad they are doing or indestructible, it still kills them. So pretty good stuff. And of course the counter spell is just countering spells while drawing cards. If you have 5 mana for this, you can draw 2 cards, discard a card and still counter a spell. This is insane. Insane. If you ever played 4 mana counter spells that draw 1 card, you know how insane this effect is. Alright, man, I spoiled a little bit, didn't I? Alright, let's go into games, and if you aren't subscribed, we'll be cranking 2 videos a day for at least first few days, so you don't want to miss those. So be sure to subscribe so you get the notifications on those, and yeah, be first to conquer the new meta, and it seems very fun so far, so I'm hopeful. Alright guys, have fun and enjoy. Alright, we are going first. We have the Sphinx, we have counter. Man, I have to say this card seems really good so far. I really enjoy it, especially drawing cards. Let's start with this one. I don't want lands. I don't need another Sunfall, I hope. I need cards that are more, you know, flexible. Alright, we know exactly what we're playing against. Let's get rid of the Anchorage. I really want to play a counter spell for 5 mana and draw some cards. So we'll try to be quick about it, and we go with the Sphinx and try to go for Lethal, but it probably won't be quick enough, I think. I don't think it will be quick enough. And counter spell is really good, so we need to keep it in our arsenal. Alright? That's already 3 taplans. He should go for red soon. Only forest, that's interesting. Maybe that's something different. Maybe that's something different. I don't want to show him that I will punish him for being passive. I have so many good punishments, Sphinx and Memory Deluge. I want to make sure that... Alright, so it might be still this. Alright. You got the detective. You got the detective. If we kill Nessa, he won't have 6 mana. So we need to be smart about. I'm super weirded out by this. Maybe he will play it from this mana, right? That's good for him. I really hope he will. That would be great for us. Alright. Oh, he took this. Alright, that's fine. We kinda have to Sunfall. So we go for Memory Deluge right now. We cannot go for the Sphinx. Okay, not the best draws, but also not the worst ones. Let's make sure... Arena, please? Alright. Let's make sure that the board is pretty clear. We keep playing clans. This is his big turn. But this is a different version, right? They only have... What? That hurts. That definitely hurts. Alright. It's very early, so he paid a lot of life, and Nissa is pretty small still, but she is still very strong. I could Otawara and hit for 2. That's super aggressive. I think we don't do it. I don't think it's worth it yet. We want to go with the Sphinx probably and hit her for 5. Yeah, this will be the way. This will be a bit of a problem because they will have a lot of board pressure. Alright, checking us for token, but we aren't tapping mana, my friend. That's not what we do. And we can use Mirrex for this colorless. Interesting. No hexproof. I didn't see priority from him, to be honest. So I think we use this mana here. I don't think we get punished. Good, 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 good. Alright. So, we definitely kill Nissa first with the flyer. Then we probably use Otawara, right? And we try to seize control over the game. Man, the Sphinx is kinda insane. Like, I have to say, this card is no joke. And 5 attack means that it's super aggressively statted, so as long as it has hexproof, it makes all the difference. All the difference. I probably want those taplands right now. Okay, so what do I want to do on the next turn? We could go Memory Deluge if he doesn't do anything, but he will, right? I'm not sure if that's the best, but I feel more comfortable having a lot of mana, because this will be a harsh turn. Alright? 4. We need to mitigate a bit of this damage. It's worth it. 4 damage is okay. Like, we can absolutely we can actually raise him right now. I think we kill him first. Alright. Alright. Strong. Strong. But he needs 6 mana, right? He can do it on the next turn. Okay, I think this is a good target for No More Lies. Our opponent is like having a lot of pressure thanks to Nissa, and we definitely overdraw lands a lot. Alright, no sneaky reach. So alright, if they turn it, it's not the worst, right? It's just 6 damage. It has trample? Not even trample. Alright, alright. I think we go for this, and we probably Memory the... Oh, Jace. Listen. I cannot say no to Jace in this situation, like I just cannot. And I don't think we'll be aggressive here. I think we will try to be defensive a little bit. And see how we trade. That's an interesting attack. That's a very interesting one. They cannot do it at instant speed, yeah. So it's out. I'll take this 4 damage. I wonder if they have hasters. It is possible. It is absolutely possible they have some haste creatures. Here it is. For 4 mana, what is the... I really want to counter this. I think we should. Alright. I can make a copy, but I think it's still better to go for the Cardinal. Man, this is kinda insane. 3, 4. Man, I need just 1 more mana for this one. If I played the non-tap land, maybe I should calculate it. Maybe that's my bad. Alright. Let's go for it. Still should be good enough. And now I can get rid of some cards and hopefully draw something that is super cool. Alright, so this is their tool for the day. Yep, finally the flute a little bit stopped. Okay, so this is just a big trampler basically. That's all that is. I need to Memory Deluge on this turn probably. So we definitely need an untapped land. We need to get lost. I cannot play Jace right now because I need exactly 9 mana for this turn. This will be my last turn. And hopefully, man, this guy never lacks the gas. Like, he's relentless. Alright. Listen. Listen. That's a huge tell that I want to Memory Deluge right now, but I'm fine with it. And I will actually block with this, I think. Might be wrong, but it should be okay. Like, we are not guaranteed that the next creature won't have trample, and green has a lot of tramplers. Alright, that's good. I want him to slow down a little bit. Just 1 turn. What are you? You know, removal, right? Good, good. So he invested 1/3 of his mana to get good cards. He doesn't even want it. Oh man, that's so good. This is exactly what I wanted from him. He had a lot of gas, but every gas finishes at some point. Yeah, I think it's Get Lost and Memory Deluge, right? I mean, this is a token. This doesn't give him the map tokens. If I invest 1 mana more, I think it's okay. I think let's be, you know, efficient a little bit here. A farewell. And guys, we do it first. Just make sure you do it first. Losing Jace to this is never fun. And as you can see, they can coexist. And let's start. I don't want to plot anything here. We will just start cycling cards and getting into our good stuff. Okay, this is not a dead draw. It could be useful. Please don't kill me with Haste Creature and Tyranax or something. Please don't Tyranax me. Please don't Tyranax me. Really? Bro. Really? That was a very short reign of Jace, man. Alright, but it's out. Go away with it. We don't want to see it. Jace sacrificed himself to give us the win. And with this draw, man, I have to say this card is way stronger than I expected. Like, it's insane. Right now, drawing it, it's just so good. Awaken the Woods with no more. That's so cute, man. Like, he's doing it right. Artifact you control. I mean, we can get this copy, maybe. I could go for Farewell and not waste the counter spell. And 3/6, I can still have a counter spell. You know what, I'll take it. A bit risky, but it should give us so much value, man. So much value. Yep. Look at this. Wasn't it worth it? And we can go for the lockdown and it's even better. And you know what? We want Jace. Jace is staying with us during this game, whether this guy likes it or not. Let's go to lockdown. We should tap Mirrex here. It's a land. It's a land. Awkward. It's a land. Oh my god. It's been a while since I've seen it. So we could go for a while and open ourselves fully. I don't think this is the good idea, and I need at least 6 mana open so I cannot play Jace, because, well, this kinda fizzled. I think that's an oopsie here. This guy is relentless, really. Do I want to draw? I think I have all the cards I need. I just need to counter spells and make sure that I don't get overpowered on this turn. Our opponent has some really crazy tools, man. I'm happy we're ready with the counter spells. 4 damage. Good. That's what we want from him. To be absolutely honest, I misplayed. I should go farewell. Like, I will farewell on the next turn anyway, probably. So this actually didn't do anything. So that was my bad, but it's fine. Don't you worry. It's fine. It is a creature still. Yeah, that was a huge blunder. I wasted a counter spell for no reason. And there's so much pressure we cannot make Jace, man. When it happened, he just had a random A-drop killing Jaces on the battle. I think it might be... No, he's still going. He's still going. He's still going. He has better tools than this. But we probably won't... Oh man, I think we need to counter it. Like, it's enough. Like, we need to stop him for a second, because this guy is absolutely relentless. Every turn he's just playing a bomb after bomb after bomb, like since like 7 turns or something. This needs to stop, my friend. This needs to stop. Stop playing those bombs. Are you serious? Can you whiff with like 1 card from your hand? Man, it started with Nissa and it never stopped. Never stopped. But this doesn't have a haste. This is honestly way weaker than I expected. Alright, Jace, go. You need to plot some things, bro.
Now I must step out of the shadows.
Okay, thank you, Jace. Thank you for this information. Alright, so this will be free in the future turns. That means if we survive this one turn, we are winning the game outright. This is a draw. Not a good draw. As long as he doesn't have like deserts that, I mean, you know, deserts that damage us. Oh, it's just basics, right? No, it's all lands. Alright. So this needs to be at sorcerer speed. Don't forget about it. And we go with Memory Deluge. Alright. Sphinx for the... Oh my god, this... Oh man, that's huge. Man, this is insane. Alright. We got the stuff. And we say go. And now we show the true power of Jace and free cards. Free cards are really cool. Alright. And I think we can start cycling. Man, Jace is still doing work. Even cycling is so useful. I don't need to double Mirrex this turn. We can absolutely buffer everything without doing it. And Sphinx, man, those new cards are extremely good. Sure. You know what's funny? We can sweep the board right now. He has 4, right? So he will get all those lands. I will make sure... So I only need to kill this, so I will wait with the sweeper. But just so you know, we are in full control over the game. Right now we could just sweep the board for free. But why would you sweep for free if you can just play your stuff?
Now
Bye.
you've done it. You're done.
Oh, the control mage, evil laugh with the new tools. I mean, with Jace you know that you should get there. Okay, a lot of lands for you, my friend. Do we want to sweep this? We probably will. I think we will, but we'll see. My turn. This has reach. Listen. It's not personal. It's not personal. But I think you don't have a board. The end step sweeper is something else. Man, I wanted this moment for such a long time. Just sweeping the board at the end step so we have full turn. And this is the lacking part of initiative usually control has. Because whenever you sweep, your opponent just has a full turn to redeploy, right? Here, you see, he ended the turn thinking that maybe he's ahead. And after end step sweeper, he doesn't even want to play this, like he's so far behind. And we have Jace as well. We have our cool counter spells. I mean, what more to want in Magic game? Let's go for this one. We need double blue for a counter spell. That's something notable. Alright, our opponent is just not fan of playing Magic. But it is what it is. So this doesn't keep priority, because we cannot use any mode, so we cannot cast it at all. I mean, let's see it. Wow, will you... Okay, they actually played it now. That's so greedy. The whole point of this card is that they plot it, so they can combine it with all the other stuff on you know, one turn. Alright. Alright, we can counter something. So this will deal insane levels of damage. I really think we have to lock down. If we don't do it, like they went for greedy version and it's our duty to punish them for it. If not, this could deal like probably 10 to 15 damage. I think it could kill us on the spot as well. Yep, player spells. Yep, you did it. Very nice. You are the best player in Magic. You played your stuff, you played the 1-1 with haste, and you can feel absolutely proud of yourself. You are the big boy. Alright. Mono red, just being... Man, it's more anti-fan color than mono blue, man, I tell you. At least in mono blue you can play your spells, you know, you have time. I could go for the ambush, but I want to make sure that I get the Sphinx. And then they really cannot attack me. We can also use Otawara, because it's not a spell. Cool. We also keep all the counter spells. If we nullify the board, for example like this, don't forget there's, you know, lightning strike and stuff. Oh, but, oh man. I need more mana. I need mana more than anything. I don't have enough blue mana. If I play this, I can plot quick study, but I cannot use a counter spell anymore. And that's the most important part. Like, I need a counter spell ready. That's the main strategy right now. We need to translate those into advantage. This is annoying. This is very annoying. Alright, but I hope we can make it work. Well, this is even more annoying. Alright, let's go. We go for 5. We counter it. And we'll go with what? With what? I don't think we need so many cards. Man, Jace will be so hard to play in this spot. No More Lies. I don't think No More Lies is great. Let's go for this. And let's see. Sphinx might die. Okay, they don't attack. That means we probably won. And now I have enough for Jace. Okay, this is where our insane advantage starts. We can start plotting all those quick studies and cast them absolutely for free while countering spells and defending our board. We just need to serve this one turn. This is all they have. This is definitely a counter spell. Like, no questions asked. And I think we need to pay this. Good. Worth it. And I think this is the new card they had, and this is the last card in which state they didn't attack last turn, so they shouldn't attack as well on this turn, because nothing changed since the last turn. See? And this was the last turn, because against Jace, they don't know how much value we had plotted. And yeah, they already scoop. That's what Mono Red does. And Sphinx was doing so much work this game. Alright, opponent goes first. Let's sit. Our hand is a little bit slow, but we should be fine, I think. Not sure if we are playing against aggro. That's kinda important. Alright, this should be fine. This should be fine. When we unlock No More Lies and Union, that should make things much easier. Oh, alright, so this is the reanimator stuff. I mean, we just counter it, right? That's the whole play. So I think we'll allow him a little bit rain. Oh, I like it. Let's take it. I think it's pretty cool card. And it kills in 4 turns. that's quick. Yep, so I expected him to use it. He wants the treasure to ramp. He will play the land. And he will unlock the, the combo on the next turn. Alright, let's sit. So basically he needs to have more reenact the crime than we have counter spells. And if he can't, he does nothing. Alright, so I think he will go around No More Lies. I think he wants to have 3 extra mana. So this is already... So on the next turn he can play it on top of, you know what. Very smart, very smart. And here's our main counter spell. We have those Sphinxes, however we need to keep all the stuff. Unfortunately all the removal is kinda not needed. Alright. I think we'll try to start to kill him at this point. Alright, Surveil. They are looking, they have... Man, maybe they don't have Reenact the Crime in their hand. They really should. However, now we will start to punish them with the Sphinxes. They probably can kill some of them, right? Because I cast a spell. Alright. I like my spot, 1. Man, it's so weird to have a hexproof creature that still has the hexproof when it attacks. Man, this feels pretty strong. This really feels pretty strong. Oh, it's an artifact. Right. For some reason, I thought it just kills everything I wanted to kill. Alright. I really want to cast the second Sphinx and go for like 2-turn lethal. Here's the breach. Here's the breach. Are just lurking with those counter spells. He has insane amounts of mana. I wonder if he will go for breach. I would love it. Alright. We could burn a lot. So this is Reenact the Crime, obviously. Alright. Show me. So he will take the Reenact the Crime. Yep. Alright, and he will try to cast Bridge the Multiverse. We could force him to burn treasures. That's not bad, but I think we just counter it. I could go for the spree. I could go... So if he bargained, that means he doesn't have one in the hand, right? He would never go for bargain if he just could use it with the one from the hand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just go for the full value here. We counter spell and we draw cards. Man, this is insane. I like it. Here's the counter spell and here's 2 turns ahead. Maybe I should keep the Sunfall. Alright. Maybe he has the second one. I'm not sure, but he shouldn't. Like, he played like he doesn't have it. We would love to draw a second counter spell or something to draw into them, but we'll see. Yep. They they don't have the second one. Alright guys, man, I'm getting hyped for this one. So far we are doing it very nicely. I like the card, but you know what? I like playing my lands even more. What's up with the board? Well, so much fun. Alright. Did I still get... yeah, I get lost anyway. Alright, Shuffler, thank you. It's probably... oh, Jeskai? Okay. I really need this first. Like, I need to hit my land. Man, I'm on the verge of losing the game right now. Okay, we finally got to the land. Alright, that's huge. It would be such a shame if the creature that you play instantly died. Like every other one. I want to make sure that, you know, he doesn't get the acceleration. The acceleration is kinda insane. Right, so this only scries on the first. So what this does is that it creates, like, you know, the token that has the power toughness of artifacts that you have. So, you know, giving him all those map tokens, probably not the best, you know, stuff in the world. I'm mana screwed permanently, so unfortunately this should not happen. But he has full reign over the game right now. I have Memory Deluge, I need Sweeper probably, because I already fall off just because I had to tap, and I cannot, you know, just linger without lands, like I will lose the game in the long way. A Construct, alright. We still will have, you know, targets for counter spells, but it will be harder. I mean, we can use this mana for a clue, so it's not all wasted. Alright, this is definitely way, you know, off where we want it to be, but it might be good enough. It might be good enough. This is the situation we wanted to have without this being, or this being in the board and this. We could counter it normally. Search of planes, sure. So, generally we shouldn't have any problem with this kind of deck, but because of the land draws that we needed to basically tap out for first 4 turns, which as a control is probably the worst thing you can do. Sure. 4 mana, do nothing, I like it. It's fine. I accept it. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. So I think the play for the turn is this. I will still go for the big boy, because this has 7 mana ability, but it is what it is. However, thanks to his Power Stone token, we can draw additional card, and that already puts us a little bit ahead of where we should be. We still cannot carve out, man. That's really insane so far. I could kill it right now. Will he use this ability? He can play land and use it. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. Let's plus. It's really bad that we cannot hit lands. That's insane disadvantage. But at this point I don't think we have luxury to do anything else. It's bad, guys. Like, the whole game is only trying to hit lands. There's no, like, other stuff here. Sure. I think it gets... oh, it's a construct. Cool, cool, cool. That's very, very neat for our opponent. How many he gets? A lot. I think I know what is the name of card I need to hit. A Farewell. That wins the game. Alright, that will be a lot of damage. He's not going with the spider, which is interesting. It has to be my creature, right? you control. I could go for the Power Stone token and drawing cards, but this will cost me 6 mana. I have 5 because I still, after all of this tapping, I still missed a card, a land drop. Okay. I'm trying to think if it's more efficient to draw with Deduce, because I have extra mana then. But I don't think it is. I think Memory Deluge is still better. We need a sweeper. If we don't hit it, we lost the game, because our draws were absolute garbage so far. And so far it seems that we are not getting there. I can union a lot, so I can get 16 life and draw 2 cards. I will be at 32, which is nothing for those. And because we didn't hit a sweeper during the whole game, also not hitting clans. So, and at some point, what did we hit really? Definitely not our deck. But that was the game-winning card. 1 turn later than we needed to use it. Isn't it fun? This would win us the game. And we needed 2 mana for it. That's so unfortunate. Let's show our opponent that the game was infinitely close. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized how Magic works. Because they lose abilities. There are 0/0 cards. I never thought about this interaction in my life, man. It was calculated. I knew about it and I knew that we will survive, and that's why I did it. And if I was realizing that this is how it works, I would play it during his turn when he played this, and he would have another construct. Man, that's actually insane synergy or interaction. I've never thought about it. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't even close to figuring it out. But now we know, and because you are watching the channel, now you know as well. Is that enough hasters? 12, 14 damage? That's less than 16, alright? That's all I know. But he has bird, so we are probably dead on the next turn. It would be the same case if we played main phase, so don't worry. The real problem was not hitting our sweeper, and I mean, we are still not hitting sweepers, right? And we actually still cannot hit them. Yeah, this was a sweeper, but not the real ones. Man, I can live gain so much, but I just cannot hit my card. Where are my cards in this deck? Man, a control deck and not a single sweeper. Well, that last game was something, wasn't it? Shuffler defeated us once again. And to be honest, I didn't ever consider this interaction. And if you have any 0/0 creatures that survive on those +1/+1 counters, and we have some of them, this can instantly kill them even for 2 mana at instant speed. That's interaction you probably never thought about. I definitely didn't, but it can win you some games. Other than this, what about the new cards? The most important part. Let's start with 3 steps ahead. Man, this card is a powerhouse. So far, I loved it so much. Counter spells, drawing cards. 2 things I love doing in Magic. Like, not playing anything, drawing cards, and making sure my opponent cannot play cards. This card is absolutely insane so far. You only lose the exile effect compared to Dissipate. It is a price, but not a huge price to draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. And don't forget, alright? Don't forget. Usually when you see those draw 2 cards and discard a card, they are a card. They don't do anything else. So you need to invest 1 card, and then you need to discard 1 card, so it's 2 for 2. Here, it's actual card advantage, because you are using it as a counter spell. You nullify 1 of the cards from your opponent, and you still draw 2 and discard 1, and you have 1 net positive. So this is a small tricky thing, but if you are used to those draw 2 cards, discard a card, you might not appreciate it enough. It's better than drawing 1 card. It's actually better because you also have selection. It also means that whenever you have this lockdown in a control matchup or a Sunfall that you don't like, you can just get rid of them. So in some cases you purely draw 2 cards. That's insane, and it's not super expensive. It's not oversized on the cost with the basic counter spell. 3 mana, hard counter, it's a classic. And the upsides are actually super insane. So this card, I love it so much. I probably will play it in most of my decks. Alright. the first one out of the way. Final Showdown. This is a tricky one. I'm not sure about it. On one side, it's incredible and it will win you so many games. Killing everything at the end step is insane. However, it costs 6 mana and it's not an exile effect, it's worse than Sunfall and worse in Farewell in the main effect, right? You cannot, like if you have Farewell, you have seen against the artifact deck, this would win us the game. Of course we got still mana screwed and we would draw it too late, but if that was a Farewell, that was a winning card. However, it only kills creatures. So I'm on the fence on this card because it's very hard to find more slots for sweepers, and that means you need to play it instead of one of those. Probably a Sunfall, but the exile effect is strong. However, you have this one mode that creatures lose abilities and it helps a ton. So I think this could be a very, very strong card. We will see. I need to test it more. It's different. It has incredible upside, and also sometimes it will be not good enough if your opponent has cards that would die to Sunfall but won't die to this. Also, if this becomes popular, there will be more decks with like Siege Veteran, this kind of stuff. You remember Soldiers that after the Sweeper basically repopulated the whole board? I'm pretty sure they vanished because of the Sunfall, because suddenly everything exiled, so they don't get anything. If that was popular, they could come back. So we will see. A decent card for sure. Not sure if we will play this as a main sweeper. We will see. I like Sunfalls, all I can say. All right, the next one. Oh man, the main one. Jace Reawakened. Card that is weird. We never had, or at least I didn't really play with this kind of restrictions. You cannot play this card for the first 3 turns, so that means that the chip cost is only for comboing like 2 or 3 cards a turn. You cannot play it early, you cannot start stacking loyalty early, and even though both abilities are +1, you start with them a little bit later than the cost suggests. However, so far, Jace is really strong card. I liked it. I didn't really feel the restrictions very often, especially that early game. Most of the time you are busy just killing stuff with Get Lost, like, casting lockdowns, drawing cards, countering with Normalize, just, this kind of stuff. And later when you have around 5 mana, you play Jace into potentially counter spell or something. And we'll talk about the swings. Wow, this one is exciting as well. So honestly, I really like the card. The cycling, the looting ability really accelerates you on the Cardo engine. That means that you will get to those counter spells, farewells, Cardo faster. And every turn your opponent cannot place a 1 card and you answer it, he falls more and more behind. Thanks to Jace, drawing 2 cards is twice as fast as drawing 1 card. So it means if you have Jace, you should win the top deck war by a mile, especially if your opponent cannot kill you in 1 turn. So far I like the card. The plot ability, the main thing, we have tried to make deck partially around it, so we still play the high value Memory Deluge, but we got some quick studies. Deduce. I originally have fought 4 of those, but I thought that it's easier to split it a little bit maybe, and we still get a lot of a big bulk of value here if you plot it. You can even plot the lockdown. Don't forget, this could be your play as a surprise for the final turn. You don't need to plot instant or sorcerer. That's a big thing that can be very, very important for the future turn. Different decks that will be made with Jace. So we also play Union here. Just to be honest, it was mostly to use the ability from the Jace. It life gains you, it keeps you alive, and it draws you a card. The main downside of this card is that you need to pay mana, so in some of the matchups it's just slower. With Jace you don't have this problem because you just plot it, you get it for free, and you get pure value, which always helps to have more life. So honestly, so far I like Jace. It's not like a game absolutely breaking. It cannot win the game on its own, so it needs support. For example, the old Jace with the Perfected Mind can win the game on the spot. This is different, so it doesn't perform the same role. However, it's very cheap and it gives you a lot of flexibility with your control. You can just combine those multiple plays, and even though the lockdown exiles Jace because it's so cheap. You can usually play Lockdown first, then follow up with the Jace for 5 mana, and you have empty board and a Planeswalker that will take over the game in few turns. So, you know, as long as you have ways to kill them, you should be fine. So I liked it. So far I liked it. However, I'm not sure how competitive it will be. It will depend on how much aggro there is, you know, because, for example, if you have only Boros and Mono Red, for first 3 turns is most of the game. so you know, it might be awkward, and it doesn't have any ability that defends it. So contrary to the other Jace, you cannot -3 something and force your opponent to start targeting Jace, wasting precious damage that they wanted to go with face. Here they can just basically safely ignore it and try to kill you before you get the value. So this is an interesting one. Sphinx, so far I really liked it, man. It's such a powerful card, especially against non-control decks that don't have instant removal at every point. This just absolutely destroys them, and even though it has 3 toughness, that's very often enough to pressure all the attacking creatures. Fact that you can play it at the end step, punish your opponent for not pumping the board like crazy, and suddenly stop playing spells for a long time is very useful. It also is great at killing planeswalkers, and it has, like, this evasion makes a huge difference. You have seen that this barely died ever, man. And yeah, very, very cool card. It doesn't give you really value, so a bit hard to play it sometimes in the control deck, but so far I liked it. We will see how competitive it is. It is 3 toughness, so it literally dies to lightning strike. So that's something we need to be wary about. And to be absolutely fair, Mono Red has so many pressure tools that they will usually force you to counter something or kill something when they go to combat phase. And when you cast a counter spell or get lost or something, then it loses hexproof, then they can target with the lightning strike. So we will see. We will see. This is a we will see pile, but honestly, in the games I've played, I really liked it. It was always fun and always useful. But you know, I'm trying to care about your wild cards. Alright guys, that's kinda it for the new cards. With the rest of the shell, the deck performed very nicely as always, and especially that we played against aggro decks, we played against Mono Red, even in the new version, and you have seen that we performed. So that gives me a solid hope, and I've seen so much mono green, so man, I like mono green. If we can see more mono green in the meta, I would be absolutely delighted, because it gives time and room for everyone to play Magic and enjoy new cards. So what can be better than this? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the long outro. Tell me in the comments if you survived until this point. I really want to talk about those new cards, because if you are anything like me, you kinda wondered if they are good enough, what are the feelings after playing the cards. So I think it's a good value, but you know, tell me in the comments if that's correct or not, if you enjoyed it. And really thank you for watching. I'm so happy that you enjoyed the last video, and I'm getting back to brewing another video, because you will get one today. Alright guys, have fun and see you probably today.